So, as we discussed yesterday, that we would start the new topic. So, today we are starting with a new topic, that is one of the topics from the procurement cycle. So, today we are starting with outline agreements. Now, after covering all the topics of purchasing cycle or procurement cycle, we know one thing about procurement. There is one relation between the purchasing party and the supplying party. And according to the different needs of the business, there are different scenarios. So, outline agreement is one kind of long-term agreement. Long-term agreement between two parties. Party one is the purchasing party. Party two is the supplying party. Long-term agreement. Second, when we do the outline agreements or long-term agreement between two parties, so when we are in the business of mass manufacturing, and one more term we can use here, repetitive manufacturing. Means we are in the manufacturing or production of finished goods, and we are producing that item again and again. So we call it mass manufacturing. When we do the production of one product or one item in quantities, more quantities, and on daily basis we do that production. It is known as mass manufacturing or repetitive manufacturing. So as per the customer requirement, there is one thing, there is bill of materials. Bill of materials, generally we call it BOMS, bill of materials. So as per the requirement of the customer, a bill of materials will be produced and requirement will be indicated in terms of its quantities required or needed in the production. So when we are doing the mass manufacturing of one finished goods, so certain materials are required on daily basis, and we know very well to procure the materials, what we do, we create the purchase order. Purchase orders are created. Purchase orders are created. Now, if you see the scenario, one purchase order will be created only after complete processes such as the sourcing. We know the source, we know the vendors, and that data is already maintained, plus terms and conditions. For example, we produced or created one purchase orders day before or month before. So in through purchase orders, procurement can be done only one time. That feature we discussed. But in the mass manufacturing, we need those materials again and again. So that is why we are going to create long-term agreement between purchasing party PP and supplying party ST. So we are not passing through all the steps of the standard procurement. Now going further. So as we discussed, outline agreements are long-term agreement. For what kind of requirement? There is actually two types of requirements. Number one, for those materials. Number one, for those materials for which requirements is there, but time of delivery, time of delivery is uncertain. Means we don't know about the time of delivery. Second, in second case, time of delivery is certain. Time of delivery is certain. We are well aware about the delivery. So for the case number one, when time of delivery is uncertain, we can do one thing. We can create contracts. Contracts. Second, when we are sure about the time of delivery, we can create scheduling agreement. Okay. Now we will do one thing. We will try to understand both of the purchasing documents one by one. So again, contracts are what? Contracts are the long-term agreement between two parties for those goods or those materials where deliveries time of delivery is uncertain. Contracts are of two types. Number is quantity contract. Number second is value contract. Quantity and value contract. Document type for quantity contract, document type is MK. For value contract, document type is WK. Field selection key for quantity contract it is MKK. For value contract it is WK. So there is actually no difference between the quantity and value contract. It is just the time. We can create any. Okay. So what are the benefits of creating contracts? Benefits. What are the different advantages? Why we are not creating only the purchase orders, but we are creating the contracts first? So it is time saving method. Time saving method. Do one thing, create one contract with one validity. For example, for 1 year or 6 months, and do one thing, create purchase order. After that, create purchase order again and again. But make sure if contract is created for 1000 quantities, so all the PO1, PO2, PO3 should not take more than 1000 of quantities together. We can create first PO 400 quantities, second for 400, third for 500, but not then we cannot create the fourth purchase order. On an average and combinedly, for how many quantities we can create the purchase orders? For those quantities which are mentioned in the contract itself. Okay, so first it is time saving. Second, it is cost efficient method. Why cost efficient? I will tell you. In procurement, there is one term, bargaining. When we do procure anything, so we do the bargaining. In one first case, we are creating one purchase order only for 100 items. So 400 items, the material price is, let us consider 100 rupees. But there is one condition, we are creating one contract, not for 100, but for how many quantities? We are creating it for 1000 quantities. And if you see the scenario above 500, what is the price? Price is around 95. So when quantities are more in the contract, so we can do a good bargaining with the vendors. So time saving method, cost efficient method. Number third, procurement is very fast. Procurement is, and these are a number of features which what we are looking to do the activities in the procurement department. Now, do one thing. First, we will do the configuration part. In configuration, what can we do? Configuration for the contract. So number first, we can do one thing. We can create number A. Number second, we can do the field selection key. Field selection key means screen layout. After that, document type. Then after this, release strategy. And finally, as an end user, what can we do? We can do the testing, creation of purchase order, creation of PO with reference to contract. So first configuration, then end user testing. So on the HANA side, run SPRO, IMG, materials management, purchasing, downside, contract. Define number range. So two types of number range can be created. Number first, internal. Number second, external. One more time, go to interval. The intervals, first one, now, number. So first I created this 27, second 0. One is what? One is the internal, second is the external. Go back one more time. Go to define screen layout. So there are two field selection key, MKK for the quantity contract, WKK for the value contract. Do one thing, copy as, ZA MKK. Now field selection key. One by one we can go to the screens. Plant is the required quantity. Item category is for the optional. Storage location we can make it required. Material group optional. Manufacturer part number display like this. We can maintain number of data. Yeah. To save this information, then go to define document types. Define MK. Select MK, OPS, ZA, MK. Change the description, ZA, quantity, content, just to remember. Internal number range, which one? 24. External number range, 27. Is there any 27? Field selection key can be taken from here, ZA, MKK. Save. After saving this information, go to where? Go to lesson, start SAP Access, go to logistics, materials management, purchasing, then go to outline agreement, contract, create. ME31K is to create. So it is asking for the supplier. We have the supplier data. So I can take the first one. Agreement type, I just created GA MK. Agreement date is the today's date. Number will be taken by the system internally. Purchasing organization can be selected. Purchasing group can be given. Item category we are not selecting. For standard it is always blank. Plant, okay, I'm not maintaining. Now see, there is one thing. The purchasing organization has not been assigned to the company code. Then what to do? Mention here the plant. ZA31. Mention the storage location ZA41. Okay. So validity is starting today and it is valid for upcoming 1 year. So I'm changing it to 2024. Payment term we can take the first one or the second one. Okay, enter. Now it is asking for the material data. So 90050. How many quantities? 1000. Enter. So this information, the price, tax code, under delivery tolerance, reminders. This information is coming from where? It is coming from the purchasing info record. Yesterday we created one info record. That info record we maintain everything. Okay, now do one thing. Check the document. Okay, check the document. Try to save. Here. So one contract created. Now do one thing. Move to other screen. Is there any other screen? No. Control plus N. and user testing using MA21. So now select the document type for the creation of purchase order and directly go to outline agreement field. See. So what is the number of outline agreement? 41 5 times 0 30